Oh yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-J, and yes, I'm back with another event here on VACAY-JTV. Welcome to the studio, and we're gonna break down today episode 7 of Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, absolutely for season 2. Super excited about this one. Let's get right into it. To break down episode 7 for Power Book 3, Raising Canaan season 2. Now, super excited about this one. Why? Because there was a lot of moving pieces, a lot going on, a lot of fumbles, a lot of mistakes, but at the same time, a lot of recoveries as well. Shout out to your boy Kanan. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to your boy Kanan. But let's break down this episode. And yeah, your boy Marv definitely started a war with this one right here. All right. So let's get it going. We first start off with your girl, Juke, and she is at the graveyard site for Nicole. Of course, she misses Nicole. That was a girlfriend. That was a best friend. They did everything together. Absolutely, she's missing him. At the same time, Nicole's father shows up. And of course, Laverne is surprised about it, right? Juke is surprised. She's super surprised. Why? Because she wasn't expecting him. Kind of find out he goes there every single day talking about, yeah, she wouldn't like this because, of her allergies and the grass and the trees and everything else like that. And Juke looks behind her like, hey, is your wife here? Like, I don't want to be around if your wife is here because, his wife goes crazy because she believes that Juke is the one that killed Nicole. But he's like, don't even worry about it. We're in the process of a divorce. It's all good. Like, we see the world two different ways. Like, I see the world totally different. But he goes on to say that he really is happy and thankful to Juke because she's the one that actually brought a lot of joy to Nicole's life. And he understood that. He always liked Juke, aka Laverne, because again, every time Laverne would come around, his daughter would have a smile on her face. So he really misses her. Juke said she misses her too. And absolutely, they share a moment right there. So he's telling her, listen, anything you need, Laverne, let me know. Let me know. I got you. And by the way, do you know whatever happened to that tape? The tape of you guys singing together. Of course, Juke, she knows that her father destroyed it, but she just says, you know what? No, I don't know exactly where it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right. So he's like, it's okay. It's okay. So she feels good about that whole interaction and what just happened. He leaves because, again, he goes to see her every day, says, you know what? She probably wants to spend more time with you. So it's all good. Now let's shoot over to Bulletproof Records Studios. And who do we see? Of course, as we all expected to happen, your boy Lou is definitely hitting your girl Ziza. At the same time, the radio's on. But while Lou is doing this thing, he's asking Ziza, man, when are they going to ever play our song, right? And she's like, listen, don't worry about the song. You need to be hitting this the right way. You know what I'm saying? You need to be focusing on what you need to focus on. Turn around while they getting it in. These dudes come through. The Jamaican brothers come through talking about, yo, man, where's Crown, right? And he's like, listen, I don't know. I don't know who you guys are. Who the hell are you guys coming in here asking for Crown? He's like, well, you know what, man? You know what? Crown owes our boss $50,000. That's $50,000. Okay, guys, $50,000. So Crown owes their boss $50,000, and they are there to collect. Now, of course, Lou didn't know about none of that. Lou had no idea what's going on. So, of course, Lou was like, dang. He's like, listen, if you don't give us the 50,000, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? You don't give us the 50, Bulletproof Records becomes ours, right? So, of course, Lou is like, man, just another thing to deal with, right? These are the repercussions of taking out Crown. So, this is part of it. This is part of what's going on. Of course, Ziza, she wants to finish up. He's like, whatever. So she's like, F you. And then she walks out. Yep. Your boy Lou got something else to deal with as far as the aftermath of Crown. Now we got your boy Kanan. And Kanan is playing some games, some racing games. And he really sucks at these games, right? He's not really good at all. Okay. Not really good at all. So he goes right to his bag, pulls out the strap that Palomar gave him, right? So he's like, yo, I don't need this anymore. I might as well bring it back. So he gets up and he probably wants to see Corinne anyway. That's his girlfriend now. So he's gonna take the strap back to Palomar, right? So now here we are. We're in Scarsdale, New York. Shout out to the Westchester crew, Rockland crew, everybody in that area. Yonkers, big ups to y'all. But we got your boy Marv, and he's at the pizza spot, and he's not eating alone. Who is he up there with? He's up there with Marco Baselli. Now, if you remember from the boardwalk in Coney Island, Marco said that he lives in Scarsdale. So, of course, your boy Marv wants to probably give him some work to take out Tony Deep. And that's exactly what he does. He says, hey, listen, I got some rat person, that I need to take care of. And Italians, they don't like rats at all. None of us like rats, right? Nobody likes to snitch. And he's like, listen, if I roll up in there with my black face, they're going to see me right away. Everybody going to start running. But if you walk up in there with your white pale face, then you can just walk right in, take her out, take this person out. That's it. So, of course, Marco's like, hey, listen, all right, let me think about it. I'll get back to you. Don't call me. All right. This is between me and you, not my father. And Marv is just like, yo, whatever, man. It's all good. Whatever you want to do, I'm good with that. Right. So we'll see if Marco definitely wants to do this job. And he said he's gonna give him five. That's probably $5,000. So back then, $5,000, I guess, went a long way in 1991 and 92. Right. Yeah, your boy is always eating, and this time he's eating for a good reason to take out Tony D. Now, where are we? We are at some fancy restaurant, probably in Manhattan. And we got your boy Cartier. And Cartier, man, I tell you, Cartier is always bragging about something, right? He's always telling Rock about his business. I think he's really trying to impress her because he's trying to get with her, right? Of course, she's a beautiful woman, but at the same time, he has no idea what he's really going to get into or basically have her get into, which is his business. And she's going to take him down one way or another. I said this in the last episode that, yeah, she's just soaking up all this information. That's exactly what she's doing. Look at her eyes, taking in all information that he's talking about as far as his distribution, where his distribution goes, how much is going, and everything else like that. Meanwhile, this guy rolls in. Now, this guy, I remember him from Greenleaf. He was the corrupt preacher that had to leave town. He was on a run because he took out somebody or whatever, whatever. So now he's playing the sleazy guy in the Power Universe. Welcome to the Power Universe, right? So he walks up in there. He's like, Cartier, what's going on? And Cartier's like, man, talking to the boss of the restaurant. Is like, how you gonna bring in this sleazeball in here, right? And this guy, he's going back and forth with Cartier, and he's telling Rock, oh man, you with this old guy right here, right? So they're going back and forth. You know how the brothers do. And yes, he introduces himself to Rock. Of course, he's like, pleasure to meet you, right? So absolutely, Rock is looking and observing as to what's going on. But it looks like your boy Cartier and this guy really don't like each other, right? Because he's like, yeah, I wasn't supposed to meet you till next week. What are you doing here now? And the guy's like, hey, listen, like this is my restaurant too. Like I'm the one that put you on. And Cartier's like, I'm the one that put you on. So they throwing their egos back and forth. Meanwhile, your girl Rock is watching the whole thing. She's like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Somebody that's trying to match wits with Cartier. Of course, Cartier doesn't like that, right? He doesn't like that at all. He's not feeling that. And he's like, yo, get up out of here, man. Like, oh, you got a hotel room? Where you got a hotel at the Hilton? Oh, yeah, what's going on with Abraham? Abraham is his boy. He's like, nah, Abraham, he's too cheap or whatever, right? So the guy goes to sit down, and Cartier, he's puffing his chest out like, yeah, I own this guy, right? Like, you don't own this guy. And even Rock knows that. Rock knows that he doesn't own this guy, even though he's the head of distribution, the head of distribution down there in Maryland. But guess what? Guess what's going to happen here? She is telling him and reminding him of the saying that he said. What did he say? He said, well, insubordination leads to insurrection. So she's like, yeah, I thought you said that, man. Or is that something that you just say, right? Calling him out on his own words. So, of course, He's looking back at homeboy like, yeah, I'm gonna have to take this guy out. I'm gonna have to teach him a lesson to come over here and disrespect me in front of Rock. Rock knows exactly what she's doing. She's helping to break down his organization so she can take over. Right. And that's exactly her plan. Uh-huh. And she's look at her. Yeah, looking so pretty, but she's devious, guys. She's devious, and we all know this. So now your boy Kanan goes to the fourth floor and he sees Palomar up in there, right? She playing Anita Baker and all of this and that. You bring me joy. Back in the 90s, Anita Baker was the bomb, right? Anita Baker, she was it. So what happens? She invites him in and she looks like she got a little nightgown on, probably got some Victoria's Secrets. Victoria's Secret was big back then. It's big now too, right? I guess, ladies, y'all let me know. But she's looking at Kanan like, okay, like he a piece of meat. Like, yeah, come on in, boy. Come on in, son. So she welcomes him in and he's like, listen, I just wanted to give you this strap back, right? So she's like, okay, I appreciate it, whatever, whatever. Puts the strap down, but then she opens up her robe, showing her top to Kanan. Like deliberately, you can see the body language like, yeah, boy, I want you. I want you. And yeah, she's definitely showing Kanan the goods, right? So Kanan's like, yo, where's Corinne? And she's like, yeah, she's out. Who knows when she's coming back? And he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna come back around. So she stops him from leaving and she's looking in his eyes like, yeah, I gave you that strap because I personally felt responsible for you, right? I personally felt like, I wanted to keep you safe or whatever. So I guess it's payback time now, right? It's payback time because your girl starts to kiss your boy Kanan. And Kanan's like, wait, wait, wait. You Corinne's mom, you know what I'm saying? And all this and that. She's like, listen, I'm a real woman. And yeah, she shows Kanan the goods from head to toe. She's like, I'm a real woman. I'm like, damn, Palomar, what's going on with that? Like, she a grown woman. Kanan's in high school, right? I don't know if he's a junior, a senior, whatever the case is. He got to be 16, 17 years old, but she's young, right? Young at heart. So he's like, you sure? And you know what this is crazy, right? Because I'm looking at this and she's like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm looking at this family. And what does this remind me of? Yeah, it takes me back to 1992, exactly when this is going down, 91, 92, because I remember the classic, one of my favorite movies, Juice, right? Power, respect, Juice, right? Right? Rest in peace to Pac. At the same time, look who's behind Pac, right? Your boy Omar Epps playing Q, right? So you got Pac who played Bishop, you got Omar Epps who played Q, and then you got Still, and then you got Rashid, right? Y'all remember the movie. I love this movie, right? But what it did remind me, what this scene reminds me of right here, where they about to get it popping, as you remember, Q, right? Remember when Q, yeah, he was rolling up on Shorty, right? Uh-huh. Rolling up on Yolanda. Yolanda was a nurse, grown woman, and Q is in high school too, right? Uh-huh. She kicked her husband out because he wasn't being a good husband or whatever. But yeah, I remember this right here. Y'all remember this? Absolutely. So this reminds me of that whole thing. Shout out to Omar Epps, who was playing Detective Howard in Power Book 3. You know what I'm saying? So this year, man, 92. So this year marks what? 30 years since Juice came out, right? And here we are, Howard again in this Power Book 3. But now Kanan is getting it on with Palomar, okay? Yeah, they about to get it popping. So now we shoot over to the church, and who we see? We see the preacher, and he's preaching in Leviticus, and this is a Bible study. And we see Kenya and yeah, Juke, right? And he's talking about, yeah, men should be with women and women should be with men, and you shouldn't be sleeping with your sister's husband, and husbands shouldn't be sleeping with your sister's wives, and all of this and that. And he's breaking it down. And I don't think Juke ever heard this ever, right? Remember, Rock and Marv brought her up, right? Raised her, okay, to be where she is right now. So now you got Kenya bringing her to the church, and it sounded like and it looked like this is something brand new that she's never heard before. So he's like, okay, and then the preacher saying, if a woman sleeps with a woman or a guy sleeps with a guy, they're defiling the church and all this and that, right? That's what the Bible's saying. And she's looking over, and who is she looking at? She looking at the same person looking back at her. Yeah, that boy that's been looking at her since day one, that's been trying to get the digits. That's right, trying to get the phone number to, yeah, get with Juke. Okay. So now let's shoot back over to the projects. What is happening? Marv goes to the projects and there's fiends waiting in line. It's like, yo, why you not selling anything? He's like, yo, we not selling anything right now. Something's going on. So Marv goes to the back and they counting the money, but who's there? Lulu's right there taking all the money, putting it in the brown bag. What's going on with Lou? Is Lou stealing the money? What's happening with Lou? Well, remember, the Jamaicans came through and said, listen, we want $50,000 because that's what Crown owes. So you know they make 75 to 80,000 a day. So this is probably not even $20,000 right here. So yeah, your boy Lou is taking the money. He's probably stealing the money. He ain't taking it to the bodega, man. It's not a good look, fam. That's not a good look. So yeah, Marv was like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Like, we got to count that. We got to do this. And the guys is like, yo, we can't mess up the books. This is messing up our inventory and everything else like that. And so your boy Lou is like, yo, I got it all in my head. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He is basically taking his money and doing what he got to do to stay out of trouble, to get Bulletproof Records out of trouble with the Jamaicans. All right. Marv don't know what's going on. He's like, damn, right? So now it's after Bible study. Your boy is still trying to holler at you. So they like, yeah, so the Bible says this, the Bible says that. And he's like, yo, listen, when you gonna give me the digits? Like, seriously, I want the digits so we can go to movies, we can share soda, we can share this and that. Juke is like, nah, we ain't sharing the soda or whatever. So she's looking back at Kenya, her mom, and the mom, as you see in the background, is looking on. But she's giving, Laverne the signal, like, go ahead, give me your number. Go ahead, give me your number. You know what I'm saying? She's looking. The preacher's talking to her, and she ain't even paying attention to what he's saying. He's just saying whatever, and she just looking like, yeah, okay. Right? So, yeah, she gives him the digits. And it's probably, the phone number to her mom's house, and definitely not to, Rock's house or Marv's house or whatever. So she's like, here you go. Take it. Now run along, right? So he's happy about it. And she looks like she might go out on a date with this guy. Okay. Now back at the precinct. What do we have? Howard talking to one of the detectives. He's like, yo, what's going on in there? Oh, yeah, one of the detectives' informant is upset because she doesn't believe that her son killed himself. And he looks, and who is it? That's Scrappy's mom, fam. Yeah, she's mad because she doesn't believe that Scrappy took himself out. She believed that Scrappy was murdered, right? But she can't prove it because there's nothing. There's nothing. They have nothing. So she wants an investigation. And Howard's like, wait a minute, hold up. I thought he was the informant, or Scrappy was the informant. And he's like, nah, his mom was the informant. She's the one with the card games going on. And she would let the cops know what was going on through what was happening at the card game when the guys were talking. So she was the real informant. It wasn't Scrappy. Man, Howard made a big, big mistake here by saying that Scrappy was, and then told Rock, and then Rock took out Scrappy. So yeah, Scrappy did not deserve to die, fam. We will do a video on that very, very soon. Look out for that. All right. So now back at the house, we got Juke. She's making some soup. Juke is making some soup. And Marv comes in. He's like, yo, where's Rock? What's going on with Rock? Oh, she's not here. All right, just let her know I came by. He's about to walk out, but then he says, yo, when was you going to tell me that you met your mom, that you met up with your mom? And she was like, I wasn't going to tell you ever. You know what I'm saying? And he's basically telling her, like, listen, like, she's no good. She left us, this, that, and the third. And she's like, yo, how much better did you do? He's like, yo, I've done much better. You know what I'm saying? I messed up here and there. He admitted that he messed up. But he's like, listen, at least I keep trying. I keep trying. She's never been here for us, and she's not going to be here for us, and not going to be here for you. And yeah, Juke is looking like, yo, I don't know. I might believe him. I might not believe him, right? Does she believe him? We shall see. Right now, things are looking pretty good for Kenya, but I think there's something underneath all of that. Yeah, how is she making her money? What does she do for a living? Like, how's she staying in this high-priced brownstone? You know what I'm saying? In Manhattan. Like, we're going to find out more about Kenya because Kenya got secrets, and we're going to find out. Meanwhile, back at the Hilton, the hotel where Homeboy was staying at, right? Rock was waiting in the lobby for Cartier's boy to come out. Look at his face. He's wearing shades, but he got the massive eye jammy, right? This is 3 hours later after they met at the restaurant. So Rock is like, yo, something happened. He's like, yeah, I fell coming out of the bathroom. Come on, man. Seriously? That's the excuse you're going to give? Yeah, the dog ate my homework. Yeah, I fell coming out of the bathroom, right? So Rock is like, hey, listen, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse, all right? Basically, I'm going to give you more product at a lesser price, and at the same time, you can get away from Cartier. So now what Rock is doing is he's trying to take dude and get Cartier's distribution, right? Totally get Cartier out of the box. And he's like, well, you pretty bold. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does it say? I don't tell Cartier what you're doing. She's like, listen, you could tell him whether you want to or not. This is what I know. I know that you don't want to work with Cartier because you don't want to have another eye jammy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have another black eye because he's not messing with you. You know what I'm saying? So stay in touch or whatever. I knew she was going to do this. I knew that she was going to do this. Now at the pizza spot, we got Kanan, we got Symphony. And what's going on here is that Symphony is telling Kanan, listen, I got this job offer. I'm going to take it. You know, I'm going to get out of here. You know, and your boy Kane's like, okay, you about to get out of the South Side. That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, I know you didn't bring here just to tell me this. Like, you ain't messing with my mom's no more. And he's like, yeah, you know, like we're better off friends or whatever. So he's like, yo, you want me to tell your friend? And he's like, well, it's just best for me to just go and not even see her, right? So it is what it is. They talking, they chopping it up. You know, Kanan is still showing how smart he is. And, you know, Symphony was like a father figure to him, but now Symphony's about to leave. You know what I'm saying? So now Kanan's father figure is leaving out of the state. Okay. Meanwhile, he comes out of the pizza restaurant, right? Your boy Symphony goes to his car. Who's there? Who's looking? Who's watching? Of course, Detective, I don't know how to mind my business, Burke, right? Detective, I don't know how to mind my business. I'm in everybody's business, Burke. And she's calling in Symphony's plates. Like, why are you doing all of this? Why? Because, yeah, she was following Kanan, and Kanan showed up at the pizza spot, and Kanan was talking to your boy. All right. Now, back at the house that Rock is trying to purchase, it's under contract now, right? And she's like, okay, everything's looking good, but you know, the homeowners association, you know, they want to make sure that you got money coming in. They want to make sure you can maintain it, you know, maintain the grass, this, that, and the third. If you don't, then you're going to bring down the property tax. You know how they, you know how homeowners, they want to make sure that you maintain the property so the property value does not go down. So she's letting them know, hey, listen, tell them I own a record label. Listen to this. I own a record label and I got a lawnmower. They don't need to worry about it. And I'll supply whatever is needed as far as documentation, as far as my income. Now, hear what she said. I own a record label. So she is throwing out there like she owns Bulletproof Records, or she's just lying as usual, right? We're going to see what happens with this statement right here. Now, of course, Burke pulls over, Detective, I don't know how to mind my business. Burke pulls over your boy Symphony. And he's like, yeah, you know, did I do anything wrong? Whatever, whatever. And she starts questioning him off the bat. You know, how do you, a year ago, you know, you were pulled over a year ago. At the same time, a cop was shot. And Symphony's like, yo, everybody was pulled over. You know what I'm saying? She's like, where were you going? He's like, I was probably getting some gas. Like, seriously? Like, I don't know. I don't remember. It was a year ago. Like, come on, Burke, you got to do better than that, right? So then she starts to be like, okay, well, how do you know Kanan Stark? And she's like, well, he was a student, right? And he's like, why are you asking me these questions? He was a student. Did I teach at City College? He's like, well, he's a high school kid. Well, it was a special program. Why are you asking me these questions? Are you going to give me a ticket? Like, this is inappropriate. It's going somewhere where I don't think it should go, right? Burke, big head, I don't know how to mind my business, keeps asking him questions. She's like, well, do you know his father? And he's like, all right, that's it. That's enough. Like, either you give me a ticket or I'm out of here. I'm not answering any more questions. And it's so right that he shouldn't be answering these questions because these are inappropriate questions that have nothing to do with the stop, nothing to do why she pulled him over in the whole nine. So she goes to the car like, yeah, wait here. He's like, I can't go nowhere. You got my license, right? Bert is just doing the most, fam, doing the most. So now here we are. Juke, she's going to get this tape. redone, fixed, and everything else like that, pays the guy $20 to get it done because Nicole's father asked for it, and she's doing a nice thing, getting it repaired. And yeah, she's definitely probably going to give it to him. Okay. All right. Now in New Jersey, we see Unique. Unique is like, yo, I don't know why they be ragging on Jersey. Jersey's like a vacation and all this and that. And he's telling Warrell, like, yeah, this is it. We making major moves. Warrell is like, yo, did you tell Rock that you about to, move the squad to a different building? Right? He's like, yo, we don't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rock is just an investor. We out here making moves, and we're gonna make sure we never get in this position again. We're gonna be on top once again, right? So Warrell's like, yo, I don't think so. I don't think Rock is gonna like that. But your boy Unique don't care. Your boy Unique is connected to the Italians. He's like, yo, man, Rock is just doing what she's doing. She got us over here in New Jersey because we a problem. So she's like, yo, she's just getting us out of Queens because she don't want any problems in Queens. So she puts us here in New Jersey. So now this car rolls up, whatever. The streets is buzzing like, yo, 5050. The cops are coming. Your boy Warrell, he gets the strap or whatever. Who is it? It's your boy Marco Baselli rolling up to pick up the money. And you niggas like, come on, man. You can't be rolling through the hood like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you a cop. So he gives him the money. He's like, all right, that's good. That's good. That's what's up. That's a good boy. Good boy, Unique. Good boy. Keep bringing in the money. But he's like, listen, I need to ask you a question. What's going on with this guy, Marvin? Rock's brother. What's going on with him? Like, he's asking me to do a job or whatever. Is he good for the money? Like, is he going to pay me or whatever? Checking with Unique. And Unique is like, yo, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, Marv is good as far as the money goes. Like, he's good. He will pay you for whatever. He's like, yo, what's going on? He's like, yeah, just a little job I got to do around my way. Whatever the case is, bang, bang. And that's it, right? So he skates off, and Unique is like, man, if it has something to do with Marco and Marv, that's going to be nothing but problems. So Unique is calling out. You already seen the show. Unique called it out right off the top, like, yo, these guys are lining themselves up. It's going to be a problem, right? So now here we go with Big Head. Don't know how to mind my business. Burke. She's back with this guy, and this guy is pulling out all the files on your boy Howard. Like, this is definitely illegal, right? It has to be, but they're the cops. They do whatever they want to do. Come to find out, this dude right here who's helping out Burke, he needs a favor from her because something happened with his nephew or whatever, and she needs to clean it up. So Burke has been doing this for a while. She's been cleaning up stuff, putting stuff under the rug, you know what I'm saying? So people and their connections and whoever it is don't get in trouble, but then they're going to owe Burke when it's time for Burke to get some questions answered, right? So this guy right here, though, the other officer, he's ear hustling because they're talking about, yeah, Howard had an informant back in the day when he was undercover, and this is the numbers that's attached to the informants, blah, 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 blah. So this guy's ear hustling, listening to what's going on, and they have no idea because their backs are towards this guy. So he's listening as this guy's breaking down what Howard was doing while he was undercover. Remember, those files should have been sealed. Those files should not be revealed to any other person, any other cop, anybody, right? So obviously Burke shouldn't have authorization to this stuff, but she's getting this information from this guy. And this guy right here, I believe that he's going to come through and definitely tell Howard what's going on, or tell his superior what's going on, so Burke could get in trouble, or Howard's going to handle it whatever way that he's going to handle it, right? So now let's shoot over to the restaurant. We see beautiful, fine ass Rock, right? She just stayed beautiful, right? And she's talking to her connect, right? The Colombian connect, of course. It's like, yeah, we trying to move things on the South Side, South Jamaica, and all this and that. She's kind of like giving him an update as to what's going on. We also got New Jersey and everything else like that, right? Look who else is in the house. Do you recognize this woman? At first, I didn't. But yeah, Rock had to say her name. This is Juliana from the bodega, fam. She's all cleaned up. Got her hair done, looking all nice, looking all sweet with the wine. I guess she got a promotion. No more bodega for her. She's rolling with her cousin, and yeah, she's doing big business. So yeah, she's having a problem with the whole New Jersey setup. Why? Because Unique is involved, and you remember Unique kidnapped her and took the money and everything else like that. So Meanwhile, while they're talking about this, there's this guy. He's in the restaurant. They're in the back, but he's in the restaurant waiting for food. And we're like, why are we looking at this guy? Who is this guy that he's kind of ear hustling as to what's going on with the conversation? He's looking in the back, got the Colombian guy, got Juliana, got Rock, and they're talking business. And he's looking at Juliana, right? I mean, this guy looked like who is it? Chris Webb. He looked like Chris Webb. He looked like one of the basketball players, right? So he's looking at Juliana, and Juliana's kind of looking back, like, we're talking business, whatever, whatever. And yeah, the connect is like, hey, listen, New Jersey's kind of small change and everything else like that. And Juliana really has a problem with Unique. Like, how you doing business with a guy that was your enemy, right? And she's really upset about it because she really does not like Unique and what he did to her. And of course, Rock is like, yo, listen, we can't be pulling triggers over emotion right now. We got to be strategic. We got to be smart about it. Like, he's just part of the game. He's just part of the pieces that we need in order to move things forward. And she's telling them that she's looking to now make a connection down south in Maryland and everything else like that. Now, again, that distribution is Cartier's distribution, and that's his business. So she's looking to take that over. All she's asking for is a little bit more support, and she's going to report back to them. That's why she's smiling. She's like, listen, we got big things going on, and we're going to make major expansion moves. So he's like, all right, sounds good to me. Let me know what's going on. Keep us in the loop as to what's happening. The guy that comes out with the food, kind of find out this is Abraham that Cartier was talking about earlier. He was doing some recon, trying to find out exactly what's going on with Rock. So yeah, this guy right here is connected to this guy right here, the distribution for Maryland and all of that. So what they're doing is they're trying to find out exactly who's who and wants to find out who's at that table, who was Rock talking to, and who everybody is and all the chess pieces that are in place before he makes moves with Rock if he decides to do that. All right. Now Lou comes out of his car. He's in the alleyway, probably going to go up to the record label. Who shows up? Those Jamaican guys shows up. They show up with a bat, take out his tail light. Man, that's hard to fix, man. I'd be upset if I was Lou. So yeah, it's the Jamaican dudes, and they're there to basically collect. Yeah, Lou don't got the money. So they say, listen, if you don't tell us where Crown is or you don't come up with that money, we're going to beat you down. And they jump your boy Lou right there in the alleyway. And they definitely give it to him. Like, Lou is like, oh, man, they giving it to him. Okay. Now, here we go. It's graduation time. Your boy Marv and everybody in the anger management therapy session, it's their graduation. They made it through. That's right. The therapist is very happy. She's proud of them. They made it through. They're using the breathing exercises and everything else like that, right? And yeah, super excited. And yeah, she's looking at Marv. She says, I'm super excited and super proud of you, right? So now the bald-headed guy goes over to Marv and he's like, man, listen, I was going to beat your ass, right? And to Marv. And Marv was like, yeah, I understand, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be mad too. Like, I give it to you. Like, I give it to you because you bald, man. And you should be mad because it's like, it's terrible because that your hair is not coming back. So I'm like, Marv, that's messed up, Marv. Totally ragging on him because he's like, yeah, you should be mad because your hair ain't never going to come back. Right. So they joking, they laughing or whatever. Therapist comes over. She's like, Marv, I'm proud of you. Congratulations, da 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 da. Right, talking to him or whatever. He's like, thank you. Yeah, I did graduate. And the last time I graduated, I was in karate class. Oh, and then he's like, what the? All right, crazy, making moves, flirting with her, whatever. She's laughing and joking. She pulls out her card. Right, she gives him the digits. That's how we call it. That's what we called it back in the day. Gives him the digits. And yes, she's like, listen, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, Marv. Now that everything's done, and I said this in one of our lives, I said, now that she has gotten them through the program, now everything is free for all, right? She could definitely holler at him. He can holler at her. They can talk on a civil level. There's no more courts involved. She probably already told the courts. He made it through the course. Everything is over. So now they can do what they do. So she's like, I look forward to hearing from you. And he's like, yeah. I look forward to being heard, right? So we're going to see where this goes, family. Yes, it's going to go throughout the rest of the season. And let's see how it moves over into season 3. I'm looking forward to that, right? But she is definitely feeling him, has always been feeling him. Let's see what goes down. Now, Symphony ended up going to see Rock anyway. Why? Because he wanted to tell her himself that he's leaving town. He took a job offer. He said he couldn't say no. She said, yeah, you could have said no. You could have said no. Right. So she definitely is like, okay, well, congratulations. Doesn't look too happy that he's leaving, but she's like, okay, good luck in everything you're doing. Like she's ready to just let him go. She got a lot going on herself. Right. But he proceeds to tell her that, yo, this white lady cop rolled up on me asking about Kanan, asking me who Kanan's father is, asking me what I was doing on the night that, I drove Kanan out of town. And she's like, oh, for real? It's like, yeah, yeah. So I just wanted to let you know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And that your secrets are safe with me. And Rock proceeds to say, well, I don't have no secrets. And your boy Symphony's like, yeah, okay, okay. Like you hide secrets from me all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like that's his whole attitude. Like, you got mad secrets, and I know a few of them. He doesn't know all of them, but he knows a few of them. But he's like, yo, listen, your secret is safe with me. And she's like, yeah, I don't got no secrets. And she's again trying to play him like he don't know what's going on. Like he doesn't have an idea what's going on, right? So he gets up. He's like, have a nice life, Rock. And then he walks away. Now, again, he's walking away disappointed because, again, she's still trying to play him like he's a fool, like he insulting his intelligence. So she's looking at him like, okay, well, you know, did he say anything to her? What did he say? Because he said he didn't say anything, right? And she's like, well, what does that mean? Nothing. Your nothing means something different than my nothing as far as saying nothing to her. So she doesn't know exactly what he said and what he didn't say. So to her, in her mind, he probably could have said a couple of things like, yeah, I did drive Kanan down south. Yeah, something happened with Kanan. It was an emergency, whatever the case is, right? He could have snitched or just said the wrong thing at the wrong time to Burke, but she has no idea because he didn't tell anything. He's just like, yo, I'm out of here. Your secret's safe with me. You don't got to worry about it. But of course, she's paranoid about everything that's going on. All right, now let's take it back to Palomar's house. Your boy Kanan is huffing and puffing. He's huffing and puffing because he just got through smashing your girl Palomar. I mean, she put that grown thing on him, and you already know your boy, right? And she's like, yeah, I care for you and all of this and that, right? So they in the bed. And again, this reminds me of my movie, the classic movie Juice, fam. Like, seriously, right here where your boy Omar S playing Q and Yolanda's up in the bed. You know what I'm saying? She grown, she a nurse. They just got finished doing what they did. You know what I mean? Definitely reminds me of this classic movie right here. So your boy Kanan proceeds to continue to kiss on Palomar. And who walks in? Of course, you know who walks in. Corinne walks in on them kissing in the bed. That's right. What happens? She is pissed off. She's upset. Of course, Kane is like, oh, it's not what it seems, and not what it seems. It just happened. He's just making mad excuses. She covering herself up, but she looking like, yeah, I got your little man's right here. I got your little man's right here. And she proceeds to say to Corinne, see, that's one thing you need to learn, how to keep your man. I'm like, what is going on here? Is this the first time this happened? Did she do this before? Like, what does she have against her daughter that she's doing this with her boyfriend who is Kanan? Like, what is going on? Right? So she gets mad, of course, and she throws the carton of milk at her. She doesn't even move. Kanan's like, ah, he ducks out of the way. Like, he a little kid. He don't know what's going on. She's just chilling, sitting there, whatever, whatever. And he's trying to go after her. And she's like, listen, let her go, let her go. Everything's going to be fine. He's like, how everything going to be fine? And she just called her boyfriend in the bed with her mother. And she starts kissing him. And it's like, okay, you see what's going on here. Yeah, your boy Kanan is wrapped around her little finger at this point. All right, he is definitely whipped because he got that woman thing on him. Okay, now your boy Lou goes to Cartier, and he looked real concerned. Right, looked like he got beat down basically, and he goes to Cartier like, "Yo, bro, like, what I'm saying? I'm coming to you for help. Like, this is what happened, right?" And he told him who the guy was, the Jamaican guy was. He's like, "Yo, you shouldn't be messing with him, man." He's like, yo, what's up with Crown? Where's Crown at? Oh, his check writing days are over. His dancing shoes are done, whatever they said. And your boy Cartier's like, yo, you didn't go to Rock for the assist. Like, you should have went to your sister. But Lou was on some like, yo, I don't want her to touch this label. You understand what I'm doing. You understand the vision. And yeah, your boy Cartier's on some like, listen, you definitely have talent. As far as how far the talent's going to take you, I don't know yet. So he's like, listen, if Crown is not around, then what's his percentage? Whatever his percentage is, I want half of what he has. I'll be like a silent partner. And you need protection from this Jamaican dude. I could make that go away. You need my help, man. And nobody, is in a better position to help you than me right now. Just like you were. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So he puts out his hand to make a deal with Cartier. Man, I don't know if that's the right thing to do, man. Lou, man, it's like making a deal with the devil, bro. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. But Lou goes ahead and he takes care of it again. Lou doesn't have that clout or that power or that influence that Cartier has to make this go away, to make this 50K with this Jamaican guy go away. So because Cartier is definitely well connected and well financed, he's going to make it go away. But now Cartier is a portion owner of Bulletproof Records, fam. Was that the right move? Drop your comments below. Did he just make another bad deal with a bad dude, right? I think it's a terrible, terrible deal that he made. But again, he just got beat down and he's willing to do whatever it takes to keep the label. Now let's shoot the Scarsdale because your boy Marco Baselli is ready to do the work. Made the deal with Marv, and now he's up in Scarsdale to take out Tony D. But who does he bring with him? Oh my God. Why did you bring the bonehead Italian racist dude with you? Like, seriously, you could have brought anybody else. You got a whole mob, right, of Italians out in Jersey and Scarsdale, whatever. You bring this guy. He's like, listen, I swear I'm going to make up for what I did in the Catskills and try to take out kids and this, that, and the third. And your boy Marco's like, yo, listen, this is between me and you. Do not tell my father what's going on. Promise me that you won't tell my father. It's between me and you. We're going to do this job and be in and be out. Why did he have to get this guy? Why? You already know what's about to happen. You already know it's going to be a whole bunch of fumbles, and that's the way it's going down, right? So now we see Juke. Juke is back from her date. They're talking about the movie. They had some fun. They probably shared some popcorn or whatever, So it looks like Juke had a good time for her first date with a boy, right? Seems like it was cool. He's a cool cat. He's wearing his cross-color pants. Y'all remember cross colors? Yep. So your boy goes in and makes his move to get the kiss from Juke. And what happens? Juke doesn't punch him. Juke doesn't kick him or knee him or any. Juke is kissing homeboy back. Like, okay, Juke, that's what's up, Juke. Okay, I see you. I mean, you taking those Bible lessons pretty serious and you're getting with your boy right there. And then she kind of pulls away or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because they was about to really get into it. So he's like, all right, we should do this another time. He turns around with his cross-color pants. And he's like, hey, listen, when you have my kids, we just make sure we won't get like, a fine maid or whatever the case is, right? She's like, no doubt, no doubt. So she turns around and it's like, yo, she kissed the boy. I think she liked it, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We going to see if she going to stay on the other side or stay on the brother's side. We going to see what happens with that, right? So now we in Scarsdale. We got this guy right here with Tony Deep. Come to find out he's a dentist. They just got finished smashing. And she's like, man, if I knew dentists get down like this, I would get my teeth cleaned more often, right? So, I mean, it gets to the point where she actually says, I love you to this guy right now. I don't know how long they've been together. I don't know, if he plans to propose, if they talked about it, but they up in this big house and this guy's making money and she's enjoying it and enjoying the fruits of his labor, right? So he goes into the bathroom. Your boy, Marco Pacelli, boom, kicks down the door. Lays one on your girl, and she is gone right in the dome, right there, right? She's done. But then the dentist comes out, like comes out and tackles your boy Marco. And again, behind him is bonehead, racist Italian dude. And Marco's like, yo, shoot him, like, shoot him, get a clear shot and shoot him. He's on top of him. He's on the bottom of him. Marco's trying to wrestle him because he's trying to get the gun, right? So they wrestling over the gun. Meanwhile, this dude right here is trying to get a clear shot of the dentist dude to take him out too. But of course, who do we have here? What do we have here? That's right. Your boy shoots the wrong guy. He shoots Marco Baselli, Sal's son, the big boss's son. You end up shooting the wrong guy, man. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? So the dentist, he falls back because he sees that Marco got shot. The gun is in between him. He grabs the strap, and he's like, "Oh my God, I shot Marco. I should have shot Marco. I should have shot the other guy, right?" He's just like, "Oh, I'm such a bonehead." Yeah, you are a bonehead. So the dentist picks up the strap, and then he shoots at, bonehead guy, and he shoots back. He gets the dentist in the arm, and then he runs out of there. Man, Tony Deep is gone. Rest in peace, Tony Deep. Now we at the park, right? In Queens, right? With the Globe, man. I've been there. I love that park, right? Now we got your boy Howard talking to Rock. And she's like, "Yo, man, you need to get your girl, this white girl." She rolled up on, one of my friends and asked him about Kanan and who his father was and all this and that. And he's like, "Oh, you talking about Burke? Yeah, she's just a dog with a bone or whatever, whatever." You know what I'm saying? "What about your little boyfriend? You know what I'm saying? Is this something we need to worry about?" She's like, "Nah, we don't need to worry about nothing. He don't know nothing." So he looks at her to the side because he knows her, known her since she was 17. He's like, "Yeah, he's a problem. He's definitely a problem, huh? Yeah." So that means like you need to take care of this problem because he's a loose end. This is a loose end you need to take care of, Rock. And he knows it. He's looking at her eyes. They've been here before. They've been doing this for a long time, right? So as she's walking away, right, he's like, "Hey, listen, by the way, your boy with the eye patch, yeah, he wasn't the CI. He wasn't the informant. He wasn't the snitch. It was his mom." And like the whole world shifts right there because Rock is the one that took out Scrappy. So she's like, "Wait a minute. I thought you said that Scrappy was, the informant." And Howard's like, "Yo, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Like, what I'm saying? These guys out here perpetrating and everything else like that. Who would have known that he wasn't the informant?" You know what I'm saying? So he comes at Rock like, "Yo, don't come at me. Like, what's going to happen when Kanan finds out about all the trifling things and deception and lies that you told?" Right? So he's getting back at her like, "Yo, don't be coming at me like that. Like, this is one mistake that I've made out of many mistakes that you've made." You know what I'm saying? So they going back and forth at it or whatever, whatever. So she walks away. This girl, Burke, excuse me, Detective, I don't know how to mind my business, Big Head Burke. She stayed up all night long, didn't go to bed with her little friend, and she figured it out. She got a little picture of Rock, and she's like, "Yeah, gonna find out. I figured it out. Howard was undercover. He had a 17-year-old informant. He slept with the underage girl, got her pregnant, and now we see Kanan is the son. But I'm trying to tie it in with how the shooting and why the shooting happened. Why did he get shot?" So her friend comes out like, "Yo, you're tripping. You are bugging, Bert. Like, seriously, right now, you like internal affairs and you're no longer investigating the shooting. You are investigating an officer. And nobody likes internal affairs. You need to back off, back down, and the whole nine." She's warning her because we already know this is the power universe. You get too much information with the wrong people or the people that don't want you to get that information, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, you're going to be taken out. And she's telling her like, "Yo, you need to chill. You need to stop right now." Then she tells her like, "Listen, my mom fell. I need to go see her. I'm going to go and I'll be back." Bert is so obsessed about Howard and this case and everything that's going on with Howard that she doesn't even say, "Oh, I'm sorry your mom was hurt. I'm sorry your mom fell. Let me know how she is when you get there." None of that. She's so obsessed with this thing and it's killing her. "Bert, what is your problem? Like, go sit down." So Rock goes to her truck. She's walking out of the house. All right. Who rolls up on her? Corinne rolls up on Rock like, "Yo, how you doing? I'm Kanan's friend." Didn't say girlfriend. "I'm Kanan's friend, and it's something that I think you need to know." She is going to snitch on her mama and Kanan because she's totally mad. I mean, I understand, like you know, your mama sleeping with your boyfriend, like that's kind of wild. That's kind of crazy. This couldn't have been the first time. This could not have been the first time. So of course, Rock is going to have a major problem with that, fam. Major problem with that. Okay. And this is what's going to happen. This is just a little exclusive clip from the next episode. She is going to roll up on your girl Palomar, go to the crib and say, "Stop messing with my son." I'm telling you right now, probably the first and final warning. And she's going to put the strap to her head and say, "Do you understand?" She's going to be like, "Yeah, yeah, I understand." Palomar don't want to get shot, but we're going to see how this relationship still develops even after this incident. Because, hey, listen, she put it on Kanan. That don't mean when Kanan turned 18, 19, or whatever years old that, you know, and he's on his own, that he don't go back to Palomar. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that. We're going to see how it goes for the rest of the season and season 3. So now we see Juke. Juke rolls up to the steps, drops off a bag with something in it. Of course, she rings the doorbell. We're assuming, you know, she got that tape fixed for Nicole's father and drops off the tape. And then she rings the bell and then she walks off. As she's walking off and walking down the street, we see Howard, Detective Howard, looking at the address and looking at the building where it's at. He's rolling up to the steps, right? At the same time, Juke is walking right by. So she sees him, but he doesn't see her. So she turns her head like, "Oh, I hope he doesn't see me." And she rolls off. Nicole's father picks up the bag. Yes, it is the tape. Juke got it retooled or whatever, got it fixed. So now he can watch them two sing and everything else like that. I think there's something happening here. There's a lot of different things happening here. I believe that, you know, Juke, with that kiss from that boy and going out and finding what happened, you know, what the Bible's saying and what the preacher's saying, what everything is saying. I think she's maybe moving in a direction where she might be getting with this boy and might try to live, you know, a life, you know, and not be with girls, but be with a guy. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot going on here. You guys drop your comments, let me know. Because she's giving the tape to him. Like, she could have easily kept the tape, didn't give it to him. But again, she cares about Nicole. He cares about Nicole. So she gave him the tape. Okay. Not to say that she didn't make a copy. She may have made a copy. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. All right. So he's looking around like, "Yo, who left this tape?" Because remember, he has no idea. Like, he asked Juke, "Hey, do you remember having that tape or whatever?" And she's like, "Nah, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it." Right. And he said that, oh, his wife probably threw their tape, her tape away, Nicole's tape away. Right. So he's looking around. Nobody's there. Detective Howard rolls up and he's like, "Hey, you know, I'm Detective Howard. I got some questions, you know, about Detective Burke and what she came over here for and everything else like that." So he's going to do his own little investigation on Burke and what is happening and everything that's tied to Burke. So he's like, "Hey, did you see anybody around here?" "Nah, nah, 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 nah." "Yeah, your girl Juke is behind the pole looking like, yo, why is Detective Howard at Nicole's father's house? What is going to happen here?" So we're going to see what happens next. Now we in the studio and we see your girl Ziza and she's singing this song, you know, "The streets live for the streets." And I'm like, yo, all right, this is kind of cool. This is definitely a 90s vibe, right? I'm like, I'm feeling it, right? You know? So Lou's in the studio and he's about to press the button, probably going to tell her to stop, going to try it again or whatever, whatever. And then we see a hand like, yo, 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 just leave that alone. Like, don't even touch that. Like, leave it alone. Who is it? It's Cartier. Cartier, I thought you were supposed to be a silent partner, bro. Now, we knew Cartier was not going to be a silent partner. He's up in there like, yeah, you know, I'm feeling this song, right? He in the studio and the whole nine on the same soundboard that he helped Luke get. So, yeah, slowly but surely, Cartier was sneaking up in this thing. He was creeping up in this thing to actually gain ownership. Now he got a piece of Bulletproof Records. At the same time, now he's more than happy to get Ziza signed to that label because he has part ownership. You see how this dude just kind of creeped in and got ownership and got exactly what he wanted. And of course, Lou is like, "Man, I'm a sucker." Yeah, Lou, you got suckered into this thing right here because he said he's going to be a silent partner. Guess what? He is not a silent partner at all, son. You got played. But listen, at least you still have your life, you know what I'm saying? Because he did save you from the Jamaicans. But yeah, Ziza is laying it down. And it sounds like a hot 90s joint up in there for the streets, for the streets. It's like, all right, cool. So now we're in the hospital and the dentist is telling the detective, yo, I don't know. She couldn't have harmed anybody. I don't think she did anything to anybody, but he doesn't know anything about her past at all. And Tony Deep, she's a liar. So she probably told him whatever, but he has no idea of her past, of the club, of what she did to Marv, or what she tried to do to Marv, and everything else like that. So the detectives taking all of this down. They are definitely going to do an investigation and see what happens. Now, here's the thing, though, is this detective right here in connection with Sal Baselli, right? Because the Italians, they paid off cops and everything else like that. So maybe this guy's not a detective. Maybe he's playing a detective. Maybe he's trying to find out what's going on, because not only did did the dentist get picked up, but I'm sure Marco's Baselli's body was picked up as well. All right. So we're gonna see what happens with this. This is the beginning of the war that Marv started. Now, again, it's not Marv's fault, because really it was Marco's fault, because he brought that bonehead guy with him, right? And here's the bonehead guy up in the pigeon coop. Here he is. Of course, he got hit. So he's up in there breathing, huffing and puffing, like, right? Now, again, he told Marco he's not going to tell his father what's going on. If he's still alive, he might go ahead and tell his father what's going on, that they got the job and everything else like that. We don't know exactly what the details are, right? We don't know if Marco told him that, hey, this guy Marvin that's down with Rock gave us this job. We're going to get in and out. We don't know all the details yet, but we're assuming that he does know a little bit about it. So is he going to tell Sal, and is that going to backfire on Rock and Marv and the whole organization? Now we got Symphony. Symphony's ready to leave. He's out of here. He's done. Like he's done with Queens. He's about to get out of the state, start a new job, start a new life, do all this and that. And it's only right, Symphony, right? You love Rock, but Rock ain't give you that same love. So you got to move on. You got to move on with your life. So Rock is in a car. She's not in her truck. She's in an unmarked car, looking crazy. Look at her eyes. She's looking real crazy, fam. Like, what's going on? So she rolls down the block right next to where Symphony's loading up the trunk. She takes out the strap with the silencer, fam. She about to take out your boy Symphony. Is she gonna do it? He's loading up his truck, loading up his car. Nope. She rolls right past. She puts the strap down, rolls right past him, and she keeps it moving. And he's like, yo, who the heck was that? Right? Who? Like, it's late. Like, ain't nobody out there. Nobody driving. It's just him. He's loading up, probably going to leave in the morning, or he may be leaving in the middle of the night. Right? But he's like, yo, who the heck could that have been? But yeah, it's your girl, Rock. And she puts her head down, right? Because, yeah, in the background, it's playing, Ghetto Boys, my mom playing tricks on me, right? Because, again, this is the guy that truly loved her. The only guy that would do anything for her, right? Like go out of his way to take her son down south and all that and never ask for anything, right? Only thing that he asked for was a little bit of love from Rock. She couldn't give him no love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she gave him something else, but she couldn't give him no love at all. The love that he needed, what he needed for their relationship to flourish. So she putting her head down like, yo, I can't believe I was almost going to kill this guy who truly loves me, who truly I care about too. She cares about him too. And that's the reason why she didn't take him out. There was no good reason for her to take him out. But yes, he knows a lot. And yeah, she wanted to just pretty much kind of tie up the loose ends. But you don't take out your boy Symphony. After what he did for Kanan, how he's been there for Kanan, how he's been there for her. Like, you don't do that, right? All right, fam. So that is episode 7 recap and review for Power Book 3 Raising Kanan season 2. Family, go ahead, drop your comments below, fam. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Rate the episode. Was this a great episode, a good episode, an okay episode, or a bad episode? Let me know, family. I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. And again, if you're seeing me for the very first time, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, absolutely hit that like button, and definitely share with all your friends, family, and everybody you know that loves Power Book 3. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Definitely look out for the live Q&A discussion that I have with my partner, Amy V, right? We're going to break it down, give our thoughts, more thoughts about this episode right here. But family, I appreciate you all for watching, fam. Let's continue to keep this thing going with Power Book 3 Raising Kanan. And listen, it's getting good. It's getting gooder and gooder, and I'm loving it, fam. All right, fam? So again, Appreciate you all. Thank you for the love and support. And until next time, salute.